Greetings, family. This is electrical activity that travels along the dendrites of your brain. So you have electricity inside, electrical current inside your brain that sends thoughts and messages from one side of the brain to the other and across your body, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, so this is a time-lapse video. Let's take a look at this. And it's the moon and the stars, okay? And not all time-lapse videos are real, but we could see the moon and the stars traveling at the same rate of speed. There's no parallax here, another proof, but you guys pay attention to that, okay? So they're traveling, the moon and the stars are moving in something. There's in something because they're all moving at the same rate of speed, which is one indication. Let's move on. Nun. In Egypt, they called it the waters of Nun, which was was a personification of the sky, okay? So we'll look right here. The oldest ancient Egyptian god and father of Re, the sun god. Nun's name means primeval waters, and he represented the waters of chaos in which Re Adam began creation. Nun's qualities were boundless darkness and the turbulence of stormy waters. These qualities were personified separately by a pair of deities. Okay, so the sky was also known as the waters of Nu. Okay, so the sky is watery, right? So they're talking about water. Now, when you're a sperm cell inside your father's testicles, right? When you travel through the testicle, when your father ejaculated, you had to travel down the shaft. Okay, so as a sperm cell, you travel down a shaft in a liquid substance. Okay, so we'll move back past that. Here's a baby. A baby's floating in water, right? So this is all that the baby knows, this infant inside the mother's womb. That's all it knows, is that it's in water. This is its world for 9 months. Okay, so we'll just keep that in mind. Now, this movie, Elysium, okay, with Matt Damon. You guys need to pay attention to Hollywood movies, because Hollywood movies has a lot of hidden messages, okay, about the wealthy living in one particular area, and he's trying to go up to the sky. He's trying to go up now, right, and he's trying to conquer these people. So watch this movie. They're talking about Elysium here, right, which is a place in Greek mythology. Many neo-pagans today, particularly Hellenic neo-pagans in the United States, have what most would consider New Age view of Elysium. Elysium is seen as a multi-layered paradise or heaven to many modern neo-pagans, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay? It's a multi-layered paradise or heaven. Right there. Okay, so keep that in mind. Here's Elysium. Let's watch the trailer.
And or abusive.
Negative.
Okay, it's a fucked up world. And see, it's going up in the heavens. Pay attention to that.
Welcome. Oh, hello, madam.
Okay, it's a nice dream world. No sickness.
Answer says removed. 3 undocumented ships are
Okay, so
Elysium airspace.
yeah, Elysium airspace. So just pay attention to that. Watch that movie. Don't watch it for the entertainment value. Watch it for the hidden message inside the movie. All right, moving forward. Okay, in Egypt, let's read about this, right? And I'm going to talk about Ma'at and those other things later. But history has talked about the Merkaba mostly as a vehicle, as a vehicle that allows a person to ascend or descend into the higher or lower worlds. Pay attention to that. But actually, the Merkaba is much more than that, than just a vehicle of ascension. It can be really anything, since it is primal. Since its primal pattern that created all things in all universes, both visible and invisible. Okay, so just pay attention to that. In the Bible, there is a reference to Ezekiel that and the wheels by which Ezekiel ascended into the heaven. Right, this was the Merkaba, ascending to the heaven, meaning going up. Right, so we'll talk about that, and they talk about it in the Torah. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Okay, so here is Genesis 1 and 8. And God called the firmament heaven, the firmament meaning above, and the evening and morning were the second day. The Bible also refers this heaven as the sky. Okay, so pay attention to that. The heavens are also known as the cosmos. Okay, so you're talking about going up. Now, anytime you're looking across the board at all different belief systems, ancient and modern, you see going up. Jesus is going up. He's ascending upwards. Okay, so he's ascending upwards into what? Into the waters. Okay, some say it's a glass sky. I don't believe it's a glass sky because the stars don't reflect off of this glass sky. Okay, and everything's moving. Okay, so there's some sort of watery substance up there. Some call it the Van Allen radiation belt. Whatever you call it, there's something up there, an unknown watery substance. Okay, so now according to, let's read this. The ascension of humans or beings into heavens is a common theme among many mythologies and religions all over the world. Even though most people recognize well-known ascension of Jesus and other examples of Old Testament, it is surprising how many more have been described as ascending towards their gods. In this account, the word ascension refers to entering a realm of the gods, whether temporary or permanently. Okay, so this is, it's in Greek mythology. It's all over. Okay, I believe this is the Sumerians, who also believed in, Sumerian mythology, also believed in ascending upwards. Okay, so let's keep going forward. Okay, this is Kish Sumer, the 12th king of Kish, appearing on the Sumerian king list. Etana is noted as the shepherd who ascended to heaven and considered all the foreign countries. Okay, so again, ascension. Now let's talk about people who've died and have come back. Not everyone who's died and come back has remembered their experience, but researchers have done, you guys know about Pavlov, who done the research on dogs. Now let's read this. Researchers have identified some basic points that come up repeatedly in most of the testimonies of those that were clinically dead and revived. Okay, so let's read here. There is a sense of very rapid transit within a long, dark tunnel. Okay, the person suddenly realizes that he is located outside the physical body, yet he is still in the same physical environment. His body is seen from a certain distance and he looks at it. Okay, so now you're going down. This is number one here. There is a sense of a very rapid transition down a long, dark tunnel. Okay, so let's take a look here. Down a long, dark tunnel. So when they say that there's light at the end of the tunnel, or that, you're seeing a bright light and you're going towards it, what you're doing is you're essentially going through a womb. Okay, now the waters of Nun, there is no space up there. There are no galaxies and there are no planets. The reason why the sky is blue is because the sun, when it hits the waters of Nu above, it creates this blue hue. Okay, but the thing is that black sky that you're seeing is a portal, a womb, a place that you would go. You go upward and you have to pass through it. Okay, so let's get an idea what this actually would look like. Okay, because we really don't have an idea. So let's take a look here. All right. Let's move this over. Let's get rid of that. And no, let's get rid of that. Okay. All right. Now, let's take a look here and let's see what it would look like, because we're going to take a look at what happens, because even in the cartoons, there's always an ascension going upward. Okay, the ghosts are always going up to the to someplace. Okay, so there I don't believe it happens like that, but we're in some sort of womb. Okay, there is no space, and that's why they can't go up there. Okay, you can't get any higher than 80 kilometers. Okay, based on what we know. Okay, we know the earth is flat. We know that what we're being told is not the truth. So if anything that comes from NASA is not true. Now here's a car accident. Okay, if you get into a car accident and you get killed at the scene, okay, what happens to you? What happens to that energy that's inside your body? Okay, you begin to go up, and that's what's happening here. Okay, so they say that, and this is based on science. Okay, this is nothing religious. Okay, this is based totally on science. They've done research. They've done outer body experiences, and I mean, Hitler was doing something with that, and they came to find out that there is some particular evidence that points towards it. Now, can I prove any of this? No, but when you look at the science, and then you look at ancient cultures and ancient religions and ancient belief systems, now you're ascending upwards, and you're going into the waters of Nu. Okay, you're going into the watery substance. Okay, this is where you're at right now. Okay, and that's the sun and that's the moon that's floating within it. Okay, so you're looking around and you're moving around inside this substance. Now, what is that substance? We don't know. Nobody knows. Okay, but it sure as hell a better explanation than something called an atmosphere. Okay, so now since you're in this gateway, in this portal, do you stay up there? No, that's why I say stars are souls. You go there, but then you go to another realm. And what that realm looks like, I don't know. But there's something that the sky, the blackness of the sky is actually a gateway. Okay? And so, I mean, this can't be a coincidence, guys, that you're telling me that everybody who has died and come back, most of them or many of them said they had gone up there and they saw a light at the end of the tunnel. That light is they're passing through a womb. And a lot of people say, well, that's not true. I don't believe that. I don't remember anything what happened before I was born. Just because you don't remember it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. I don't remember what happened. Sometimes I don't remember what happened 15 minutes ago, more or less 5 years ago. So just because you don't remember it doesn't mean that you weren't conscious. There was no consciousness. Okay, so when remember what I said, you're a sperm in a testicle. You pass through a shaft, which is a tunnel, and then you go into the and that's your universe, and then you go into your mother's womb, and then which is your world, and then you stay there for 9 months. That's your home. You don't have no concept of what's going on outside of her stomach, and then you pass through her vagina, which is a womb, a tunnel, and then you come into this world. Okay, so and then just because you're here doesn't mean that you're not going to transcend again. Okay, so that's what you got to keep in mind. So you keep there. I don't believe we ever die. I think we just keep transcending, and I do believe that we do keep in contact with these souls, this energy that's here. We're all one energy. We're always together. We just come out in different various spots. Different various areas. So all the sky is a womb. That's all it is. And that's why I say stars are souls. Whether they're angels, whether we become a star because, of what we did here on earth, that I don't know. That's up to the creator. But did we know based on the science that we do go up? Okay, that's based on science, negative and positive energy. Okay, so that's what I want to say. And I just want to give a big shout out to Conspiracy Dude, My Perspective, Jarrah White, Jay Henning, Caligula, it's hard to pronounce your name, and Jungle Surfer. Just want to give a big shout out to you guys. And also, if anybody who don't like my videos, don't watch. Because I also notice you guys jump from video to video commenting. If you don't like it, why watch it? I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff on TV. You don't got to watch my stuff, okay? And the book will be out June 4th. And I got some good stuff coming up. All right. Peace, guys.